Let's address the elephant in the market. Sometimes as a mid-sized company, you find yourself in a position where you're competing with big national brands that are household names, that have big budgets, loud marketing, entire marketing teams and marketing agencies behind them, and you start to feel like you're drowning. You start to feel like it is an impossible situation that you cannot win. And today, let's talk about that, because the truth is that you can win. You can win, but not by playing the same game that they're playing. You can win by playing a different game, by being different. And in this video, I'm going to show you 6 ways in which you can do exactly that. My name is Angie Mina, and I am a marketing consultant. I work primarily with companies that manufacture building materials for the construction industry, and I help them stand out from the crowd, sell more, and actually grow their businesses sustainably and predictably. So how can you compete against these big national corporations? Here's one thing that you can do. Do the opposite. The one thing that big national brands usually claim is speed and scale. They can deliver a large quantity of material within a very small period of time. That is a big promise, but it is also a big opportunity for you, because there are customers out there that are not interested in speed and scale. There are customers out there that are in fact interested in the exact opposite of that. They're interested in more personalized service. They're interested in more attention to detail. They're interested in flexibility and job-specific expertise or region-specific expertise. So while these big brands will splash their marketing all over the place with these grand promises of speed and precision, you can also offer the exact opposite to the people that are not interested in that, because they want slow service. They want one-on-one conversations. They want smaller batches. They want ease of communication. They want to be understood by someone that's local or someone that's regional. They want something that is customized to their liking and not something that is just batch produced by machines and spat out as quickly as possible. So look at your inventory, look at your region, talk to your customers, and I guarantee you, for all the big, bold claims that the big brands are making, there is a market that is searching for the exact opposite of that. If there are companies that are offering the latest, greatest, best technology, trendy, what everybody is talking about, I guarantee you there's a customer that's looking for classic, handmade, small batch, vintage, and all you need to do is to deliver that, and you can win against the competition. Another thing that you can do is radical transparency. While the big brands offer all of these huge promises, they're also not very transparent about their pricing, about how they source their materials, about how they produce their goods, about their labor practices. And you can flip that script by being shockingly honest. You can open up and let your customers see exactly how you produce your goods, how much they cost you, the amount of work that goes into producing a certain element. You can share your exact process. You can share how you came up with a certain product and the ideas behind it. These are the things that build trust, that create a more personal connection and a more meaningful process and meaningful way to do business that your customers will appreciate over the big black box that they don't know what they're dealing with. And the third thing that you can do is that you can enhance your customer's experience. You can turn an ordinary product into an experience that is surprising and one that your customers will want to talk about. You can invite your customers to special experiences within your store. You can create a delivery experience that is special. People want to work with a company that feels a little bit more personal, that feels more like a friendship than a transaction. So if you can create and come up with special experiences based on the product that you sell, based on the region where you do business at, that will be something that your customers will be attracted to more than the transactional kind of way that big corporations and big brands do business. The fourth way that you can compete with big national brands is to specialize more than they can. Big national brands are better at at producing the same product at large, massive scale. Now, unfortunately, their products don't always work for everyone. And if you can be even just a little bit more specific, then you can win against those big national brands. I'm talking about serving a specific region and the building and construction needs of that region. It could be based on the soil in that region. It could be based on the common problems that come up with buildings in that region. If buildings tend to have a lot of foundation problems, then you can make a very specific remedy that is going to help with that problem. You can also specialize in a very specific form of building or a process of building and create your materials or customize your materials to cater to people that want to build in that way. All of these recommendations do not have to be the entirety of your business. They could be just that one product that is very specific to your region that draws people to your business, even when you sell other products. Expertise is regarded across the board. Even if it is just one product that solves a very specific problem, it will draw attention to that, and you can sell many other products and many other services behind that expertise. And so again, if you can find a way, even if it is a small way, to specialize more than the big national brands are able to, then you can win against them in the marketplace. Another way that you can win against bigger brands is to borrow credibility. And you can do this by associating your brand or your product with something that is well known, either a national monument or a landmark where you provided supplies to help build that project, or you provided materials to build the home of a very well-known individual in your region. If you can create associations to regional, well-known either people, landmarks, buildings, or projects, then you draw the people who are either associated with those projects or want to be associated with those projects to your business. People trust what they already know, what they have already experienced, and what has already kind of been put on a pedestal. And if you're connected to it in any way, then you gain trust by association. And then last but not least is that you can over-invest in the areas in which these big national brands are weak. So do a little bit of research into their operations and the things that customers are frustrated with when dealing with big national brands. One of the issues that comes up very often is being able to get a hold of a live operator, being able to get personalized customer service. So if you can over-invest in providing service to your customers, then you can beat those big national brands. If you can go the extra mile in making sure that every customer gets exactly what they want and that they're able to reach you and your team at any time, then that will beat anything that the big national brands are going to be promising, because the customers that are frustrated with dealing with those issues are looking for an alternative. Even if the products are identical, whatever it is that they're frustrated with, even if it doesn't have to do with the actual product being delivered, they will be looking for an alternative. They will be looking for someone else to come and promise them a better experience. You can offer a different delivery experience. You can offer an experience where you actually do a consultation with the delivery, make sure everything matches the specifications, make sure the customer is happy, make sure everything fits. If there's any other service that you can provide them, then you would do that with the delivery. And that is something different which customers will be looking for, and especially if they're frustrated with what the national brands offer, that will be something that will sway them on to do business with your company. This could also apply to the actual product that they deliver. Sometimes you have national brands that make big, bold claims, but they do not deliver on the same quality. So if you're able to over-invest in quality, that will be something that you can claim for customers that are looking for something more than just a very quickly assembled product. And so in summary, you don't need to try and beat them at their own game. You don't need to try and be louder. You definitely do do not want to try and compete on price. What you want to do is play smarter. What you want to do is highlight the differences, and especially the differences in which the big national brands are going to be weakest at, in delivering personal service, in being flexible, in delivering a quality product, in providing a great customer experience. Find those gaps where the big national brands are missing or where they're unable to deliver. And once you deliver that to your customers, I promise you there is a market that wants exactly that. And if you're looking to implement any of these recommendations in your business, if you want to stand out, if you have been struggling to find your angle, find a way that you can differentiate your business from the crowd, and so you can sell more and grow your business sustainably, there will be a link in the description of this video. Click that link and let's have a conversation and see how we can work together to help you grow your business, to help you stand up from your crowd and sell more.